Alright, here we are bringing you some of the 1988 Topps baseball cards. Okay, remember this is 1988. Rod Booker for the Cardinals. Dwight Gooden for the Mets. Brett Butler for the Indians. Sid Bream for the Pirates. James Quick for the Royals. David Stewart for the Athletics. Athletics, not Atlantics. Athletics. Alright. Pete Ross was the manager for the Reds. Tom Brooken for the Tigers. Joe Niekro for the Twins. Robbie Thompson for the Giants. Donnie Moore for the Angels. Dwight Evans for the Red Sox. Jeff Redham for the Braves. And these were the Yankee leaders. Terry Leach for the Mets. Ron Hasey for the White Sox. Ozzie Smith for the Cardinals. Alright, Ozzie. Danny Darwin for the Astros. Don Slotz for the Rangers. Fred McGriff for the Blue Jays. Jay Tibbs for the Expos. Paul Molitor for the Brewers. Jerry Humphrey for the Cubs. Don Acey for the Orioles. Daryl Dalton for the Phillies. Mark Davis for the Padres. Mariano Duncan for the Dodgers. Dave Anderson for the Dodgers. Sean Heiliges for the Dodgers. Marvel Wayne for the Padres. Dennis Powell for the Mariners. Willie Wilson for the Royals. Keith Atherton for the Twins. Terry Steinbeach for the Athletics. Mark Thurmond for the Tigers. Tracy Jones for the Reds. Mike Smithson for the Twins. Brooke Jacoby for the Indians. Stan Clark for the Mariners. Alright, so wasn't this a great one? Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and be sure to check out the description in this video as I have 3 books that I've written myself, all up for sale. The ISBN numbers are all there in the description, and a little information about the books. 2 are true stories. One is my own true story, but I think the one you might like is the other true story, Life of an Old Woodsman. That's back in the old wood camp days where you rolled the logs down the river. One of them stories. Okay, and it's a true story. True story. And the other one, of course, is a crafts book for teachers for K through 6. So grab those ISBN numbers and go to your favorite bookstore and order up a good read. All right? Okay. Bye-bye now. All right, here we are bringing you some more of the 1988 baseball cards. Some of the goodies from 1988. Here we go. Mark Williamson from the Orioles. Greg Reynolds from the Astros. Tim Wallish for the Expos. Rick Carone for the Yankees. Jim Lindemann for the Cardinals. Josh Guzman for the Rangers. And here we have the manager, Frank Lachesi for the Cubs. Ain't that a good one of them, huh? Great old smile. Lloyd Mosby for the Blue Jay. Charlie O'Brien for the Brewers. Mike Days for the Pirates. Chris Brown for the Padres. Charlie LeBrant for the Royals. Jeffrey Leonard for the Giants. And here we have the leaders for the Mets. Steve Trout for the Yankees. Dave Valley for the Mariners. Mike Hannerman for the Tigers. Tito Landrum for the Dodgers. Mark McGuire, Topps All-Star Rookie for the Athletics. Gary Gotti for the Twins. Tom Browning for the Reds. Tommy Henzo for the Indians. Don Stutton for the Angels. Greg Nettles for the Braves. Bob Ojeda for the Mets. Chris James for the Phillies. The light's kind of in the way here. Bob Stanley for the Red Sox. Ken Williams for the White Sox. Ozzie Glenn for the White Sox. Bob Porsche for the Cardinals. Terry Puth for the Astros. Jeff Parrott for the Expos. Geno Petrelli for the Rangers. George Bell for the Blue Jays. Doug Drabek for the Pirates. Dave Sweam for the Brewers. Bob Tweeberry for the Cubs. Bob Valentine, the manager for the Rangers. Alright, he stands there proud, don't he? And Frank White for the Royals. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and be sure to check out the description in this video, because I have 3 books I've written myself. 2 are true stories, and 1 is a craft book. And collect those ISBN numbers that's in the description, and get yourself a good read at your favorite bookstore. I think the one you might like is The Life of an Old Woodsman. Back in the days of the old wood camps and rolling the logs down the river, it's a true story of one of those men who spent some time in the camp. Alright, hope you enjoy it all. Be sure to share the video now. Bye-bye. Alright, here we are bringing you some more of the 1988 baseball cards. It's nice that these survive, because those were the days when the kids took the cards and used a clothespin and put them on the spikes there for their bikes, for that noise effect, you know. So it's nice to see that these are made it, for sure. Here we have John Kirk for the Padres. Calvin Girardi for the Red Sox. Mike Smith for the Phillies. Carl Ripken for the Orioles. Dwayne Bruce for the Angels. Al Newman for the Twins. Pashwal Pretzel for the Expo. And we have a checklist. Matt Knowles for the Tigers. Topps All-Star Rookie. All right, Matt. Terry McGriff for the Reds. Rocky Childress for the Astros. Bob Dierner for the Cubs. Rick Honeycutt for the Athletics. Kelly Downs for the Giants. Darrell Evans for the Tigers. Jack Howell for the Angels. Steve Shield for the Mariners. Harry Lyons for the Mets. Josh DeLeon for the White Sox. Terry Pendleton for the Cardinals. Charles Hudson for the Yankees. Jay Bell for the Indians. Steve Balboni for the Royals. Here we have leaders for the Brewers. Gary Templeton for the Padres. Glenn Carber for the Royals. Lee Lacy for the Orioles. Dave Henderson for the Giants. Joe Bower for the Braves. Glenn Wilson for the Phillies. Frank Viola for the Twins. Jim Leland. He was the manager for the Pirates. Look at that serious look on his face. Woo! Mike Flanagan for the Blue Jays. Cale Daniels for the Reds. Glenn Nelson for the Athletics. Kobe Snyder for the Indians. Mike Dunnan, Topps All-Star Rookie for the Pirates. Cecil Fielder for the Blue Jays. And Audubey McDowell for the Rangers. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed all of these. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend. And as always, make sure you share with others too. And be sure to check out the description in this video, as I have 3 books up for sale. You can read a little bit more about them, grab the ISBN numbers, and get them at your favorite bookstore. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we are bringing you some 1988 Topps baseball cards. Alright. Here we have Bob Murphy for the Reds. Chris Bando for the Indians. Jay Elrich for the Brewers. Herm Winningham for the Expos. Bobby Tigpen for the White Sox. Kurt Ford for the Cardinals. Tommy John for the Yankees. Keith Hernandez for the Mets. These are the leaders for the Twins. Charlie Kenfield for the Astros. Mickey Hatcher for the Dodgers. Moore Hayes for the Athletics. Chris Gibson for the Tigers. Dan Pasqua for the Yankees. You can see how athletic his muscles all are in his legs. Look at that. Real tight. Mike Brickbeck for the Brewers. Benny Santiago for the Padres. Eric Nolt for the Padres. Sean Dunston for the Cubs. Dwayne Ward for the Blue Jays. Steve Lambandazzi for the Twins. Brad Heavens for the Dodgers. And these are the leaders for the Padres. Good job, guys. Remember, this is 1988. Jay Eldridge for the Brewers. Jody Davis for the Cubs. Jack Lazarco for the Angels. Mike Eldridi for the Giants. Jay Howell for the Athletics. Tom Canozy for the Cardinals. Jim Wynn for the White Sox. Mickey Bartell for the Mariners. Terry Francona for the Reds. Ron Darling for the Mets. And here we have a manager. Hale Lanier for the Asteroids. He was a manager. Julio Franco for the Indians. Jim Key for the Blue Jays. Look how relaxed he is. Bobby Bonilla for the Pirates. Charlie Ho for the Rangers. Darryl Miller for the Angels. And Jim Acker for the Braves. Alright, how's that for some nice, beautiful 1988 cards? There's a lot more to come, and there's been a lot before this one too. Alright, be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, share this video with other fans and stuff, and be sure to check the description in this video, because I have 3 books that I've written myself up for sale. And 2 are true stories, one's a craft book. And one of the true stories, Life of an Old Woodsman, is back in the days of the old wood camps, you know, and rolling the logs down the river. So that's a good story you just might be interested in. So grab those ISBN numbers that's in the description and order yourself up some good reads from your favorite bookstore. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we are bringing you some more of the 1988 baseball Topps cards. Beautiful cards. Got quite a few of them, huh? Alright, remember this is 1988. Long time ago. Okay, Eddie Milner for the Giants. Mike Fitzgerald for the Expos. Tony Phillips for the Athletics. John Davis for the Royals. Tim Laudner for the Twins. Dan Plesac for the Brewers. Here we have the leaders for the Phillies. Walt Terrell for the Tigers. Louis Quinozny for the Cubs. Mario Soto for the Reds. Then we have some that were Turn Back the Clock. 1963, Stan Musial. 1968, Bob Gibson. 1973, Ron Blomberg. 1978, for the Red Sox, Jim Rice. 1983, Nolan Ryan for the Asteroids. Alright, don't know why they added that to this collection, but they did. So here we go, some more of the collection of 1988. Rick Rioso for the Giants. Bobby McCham for the Yankees. Tim Conroy for the Cardinals. Gary Rittis for the White Sox. Lee Gutman for the Mariners. Len Dystray for the Mets. Roger Craig, he was the manager for the Giants. Great job. Jeff Sellers for the Red Sox. Mike Jackson for the Phillies. Bruce Benedict for the Braves. Ken Dixon for the Orioles. Jim Rice for the Red Sox. Bo Jackson. Ooh, Bo Jackson. For the Royals. He might have been a famous one there. Might have a good card there. They're all in A1 condition, that's for sure. Well kept in a nice box. Mark Eichhorn for the Blue Jays. Reed Nichols for the Expos. Bobby Witt for the Rangers. Glenn Larkin for the Twins. Bill Duran for the Astros. Woody Herzog, he was the manager for the Cardinals. All right, a couple of managers in this group. Larry Herndon for the Tigers. Mark Clear for the Brewers. Mike Easler for the Yankees. Rick Stasheffi for the Cubs. And Daryl Boston for the White Sox. All right. I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and share the video with other fans of the baseball game, especially those that may have gone to some of the games back in '88, huh? This would be right up their alley. And be sure to check out the description in this video, as I have 3 books up for sale. The ISBN numbers are all there. 2 are true stories, and 1 I think you might really like. And the other one's a craft book. All right. So grab those ISBN numbers and get yourself a good read. All right. Bye-bye now. All right. Here we are with some more of the 1988 baseball cards. That nice group. We're getting down to the end. So I hope you've been enjoying all of these. Here we go. Okay. Scott Bankhead for the Mariners. Kevin McReynolds for the Mets. Greg Leifertz for the Giants. Spike Owen for the Red Sox. Dave Palmer for the Braves. Rick Schku for the Phillies. John Franco for the Reds. Andy Allison for the Indians. Greg Booker for the Padres. Alfredo Giffen for the Athletics. Mike Bodicker for the Orioles. Danny Tautabo for the Royals. Hard one to say there. Bob Kipper for the Pirates. And these are the leaders for the Blue Jays. Then we have Jim Morrison for the Tigers. Bill Gullickson for the Yankees. John Mosey for the Mariners. Willie Hernandez for the Tigers. Jim Vigossi, he was the manager for the White Sox. Todd Worrell for the Cardinals. Lynn Sakata for the Yankees. Jay Baller for the Cubs. Mike Felder for the Brewers. Denny Whalings for the Astros. Jim Raines for the Expo. Pete O'Brien for the Rangers. Manny Lee for the Blue Jays. Butch Weiniger for the Angels. Matt Young for the Dodgers. Darryl Strawberry for the Mets. George Brazier for the Twins. Gus Polidor for the Angels. Fred Lynn for the Orioles. Rick Mahler for the Braves. Joanne Samuel for the Phillies. Dennis Boyd for the Red Sox. Bobby Brenly for the Giants. Mike Gallego for the Athletics. Sammy Stewart for the Indians. George Brett for the Royals. Bo Jackson for the Royals. Bo Jackson, I think is a popular one. Bo Jackson. Mark Grant for the Padres. Alright, Bo Jackson, I think you're a good fella. You're one that might be worth something here. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend. As always, share with others who are great fans of the baseball game. And be sure to check out the description in this video, as I have 3 books up for sale, a little bit more about them, and their ISBN numbers that you need to just grab and then order them up from your favorite bookstore. Get yourself a good read. There's some good ones in there. Alright, 2 are true stories and 1's a craft, so get in on those true story ones. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we have some more, and this is the last one of the 1988 baseball cards. Okay, these are the Topps baseball cards. And here we start right here. Danny Heat for the Dodgers. Mike Lacrosse for the Giants. Ozzie Virgie for the Braves. Mike Maddock for the Phillies. John Mazzano for the Red Sox. Eddie Williams for the Indians. Here are the leaders for the Athletics. Scott Bradley for the Mariners. Doug Sisk for the Mets. Greg Walker for the White Sox. Ron Wernicke for the Phillies. Joe Zambito for the Red Sox. And here we have the leaders for the Indians. And John Tudor for the Cardinals. Dave Ridley for the Yankees. Joe Price for the Giants, Alvin Davis for the Mariners, Frank Williams for the Reds, Sal Batura for the Twins, Rubin Serra for the Rangers, Lou Whitaker for the Tigers, Cecil Cooper for the Brewers, Dickie Knowles for the Cubs, now with the Tigers it says. Changed over. And the future star, Josh Lynn. Ah, look at him, for the Pirates. He was the future star back in 1988. Cool, good job. Okay, Henry Cotto for the Yankees, Neil Heaton for the Expos, Mike Scott for the Astros, Tony Armes for the Angels, Glenn Mosh, he was the manager for the Angels. Great job. Dave Stibb for the Blue Jays. And we have our checklists. Every card collection has them. Lonnie Smith for the Royals. Keith Comstock for the Padres. Tom Glavine for the Braves. Fernando Valenzuela for the Dodgers. Whew, it's a hard one to say. Keith Huggs for the Phillies. Jeff Bollard for the Orioles. Bill Almond for the Mets. Ray Searage for the White Sox. And Ted Simmons for the Braves. All right, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Some of the great ones of 1988. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, share the video with other fans of the baseball game, especially those that may have gone and watched some of the games back in their younger days, like 1988. All right, and be sure to check the description in this video, as I have 3 books up for sale that I've written myself. 2 are true stories, and of course one's a craft book. And one of those true stories, all you guys are going to love. So go ahead, check the description, grab those ISBN numbers, and order yourself up a good read at your favorite bookstore. All right, bye-bye now.